What's going on, you guys? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing. What's going on, you guys? Now, before we get into today's mess, let me let you guys know what we got going on. Now tonight is the Chasing panel, and it will be tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you guys tune in as we recap the brand new episode of Chasing Dallas, y'all. So make sure you guys tune in. The guys are back this week because we had to take a break last week, but we back this week, okay? But anyway, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcement. So we're going to go ahead and get into the mess. And we got three different things to discuss on this Thursday, okay? So let's talk about Cassie and Diddy first, okay? There's been a lot of talk about this case, and I really haven't been following it like that. And I said that I really wasn't going to talk about it too much. But since everybody keeps on bringing it up to me, I just felt like, you know what? Why not discuss it? You know, I'm going to go by all the articles that I see on the neighborhood talking where it started, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, from what we were told at the very beginning was that the jurors were going to see the freak off tapes in the SEX trafficking trial. Okay. Now, I said that the feds are not playing with Diddy. During the opening statements, the prosecutors laid out a laundry list of allegations, including kidnapping, arson, drugs, crimes, bribery, and obstruction. Okay. Let's see. These are just some of the crimes the defendant and his crew committed again and again, says Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson. They say that Diddy controlled Cassie through violence and threats and making it impossible for her to say no. Now, jurors will see alleged tapes of Cassie and others high on ecstasy being forced to perform freak off acts on camera. Prosecutors claim that Diddy used those videos as blackmail. They pretend to enjoy themselves because that's what the defendant said he wanted, the feds told the court. The jury has been selected and includes 8 men and 4 women. Neighbors, what are your thoughts? Now, since we starting off with this, I really don't think there should be more men than women on this damn trial. Because if you really look at all of the comments and the Facebook posts and the Twitter posts that I've been seeing about this case so far, everybody's going in on Cassie. Everybody's saying Cassie was down with the shit. Cassie was down with the shit, not knowing that she was in an abusive relationship with a man that was controlling, putting his hands on her. And you would think that that whole hotel video that was seen months ago, where we see him clearly beating her ass in that video, you would think that with that video being out, people wouldn't be saying this dumb shit that they're saying. But I have to realize that people are not smart as they try to make themselves out to be. People are not smart. And then what's really killing me is that there's women out there, black women, the same black women who be trying to come for me. Black women are really siding with Diddy in this situation. And it's really mind-boggling to me. And I don't understand how they can side with him. How can you? Even with the video of him putting his hands on Cassie, you still can't side. You still gonna side with Diddy? It's crazy, man. It's like, it's real crazy, honestly. It's crazy. Now, the next thing that was being stated in this case was that Diddy allegedly made an escort pee in Cassie's mouth. That is the most sickening and disgusting and degrading thing that anybody could do. I really want to throw up in my mouth, even just talking about this. Cause the shit crazy, like who does stuff like that? It's really nasty and it's just really, you know, pathetic. You know what I mean? Like it's just, oh my God, it's crazy. And then you got daughters listening. You got your own daughters listening to this stuff in the courtroom. Like, they gotta be embarrassed. Okay, gotta be. So an LAPD officer admits to copying the tape of Diddy assaulting Cassie so he could show his wife, right? So that is crazy. 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 It is weird. Like, what the fuck? Why would you even want to see a video of a man abusing and attacking another woman and show it to your wife? That turns y'all on? Child. So then there was a male dancer that said that he was happy to do the freak offs with Diddy and Cassie until he saw Diddy hit her. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, male dancer is testifying about his alleged freak offs with Cassie and Diddy. While he admits that he was paid by both Cassie and Diddy, he could tell that there was something off about the ordeal. The dancer says he met up with the former couple at a hotel. He only recognized Diddy by his voice because his face was covered up. The man had on a white robe and a bandana over his face, below his eyes and the baseball cap, he testified. After a successful link up, the dancer admitted that he enjoyed having freak offs with the couple, not for the money, but because of their notoriety. He says he couldn't participate anymore after he allegedly saw Diddy hit Cassie. When asked had drugs ever been involved, he admitted that Diddy allegedly gave him Molly, and that was an occasion where Cassie was slumped over and they couldn't have sex. He says that Diddy had an obsession with baby oil and even stopped them in the middle of one time because they weren't oiled up enough. The dancer alleged that he was instructed to urinate on Cassie multiple times and not to release it all at once. He said he was paid by Cassie, but commands were allegedly coming from Diddy. And that was and we're still in day one on this part of the actual case. Now, one thing for certain that I've been seeing people say, and I definitely agree with them when they say it, is that whoever Cassie's husband is right now, that's a strong man. Because when I tell you, I cannot imagine having to sit through a trial where my woman is being disparaged and I'm hearing all these nasty ass things said about her and what happened to her in her past. That is a lot to take in for a man that's married to somebody. That is a lot to take in. So that's crazy, honestly. More power to him, though. So now, if you remember the whole hotel video situation, the security guard said that Diddy tried to offer him a stack of cash to keep quiet about the video of him, putting his hands on Cassie, right? So let's get into the story. So it says that a former security guard at the Intercontinental LA Century City at the Beverly Hills Hotel testified that Diddy tried to pay him off to keep quiet about the video footage of him assaulting Cassie. According to Israel Flores, the 2016 incident began when he received a call about a distressed woman on the 6th floor. After checking the security cameras, he saw Diddy pacing back and forth in the hallway. When he arrived in the 6th floor, he claims that he found Cassie on the ground and Diddy wearing only a towel. He told them they needed to take the dispute to their room and informed them a vase they had been broken would be charged. At that point, he alleged that Cassie requested her phone and bag so she could leave, but Diddy refused to let her go. Later, he claims that Diddy summoned him and offered a stack of cash in exchange for his silence, but he declined. Later, he returned to remind Diddy of the hotel's rules. He says Diddy questioned him about whether he had been recording and snatched his phone. Flores said that he pinned Diddy to the wall and explained that he only had his phone to take pictures of the broken vase for an incident report, but admitted to recording the footage to show his wife at home and says that when he returned to work 2 days later, the footage was gone. During cross-examination, Diddy's attorney, Brian Steele, questioned why omitted key details like as Diddy allegedly preventing Cassie from leaving in the absence of a police call. The officer replied that he hadn't included every detail of the altercation. The prosecution had then circled back and asking why Diddy would offer a bribe in the first place. The officer stated that Diddy didn't want it being released and confirmed the video had gaps due to the camera's motion sensor function. Now, that is a lot. Now, we all saw the video. Okay, we all saw the video, so we already know that Diddy really did put his hands on Cassie. We know that. We already know that he her to a pulp. We know that as well. But what we also know is that Diddy is full of shit, and and the security guard says that he declined. But if you declined the money, why didn't you call the police? I feel like that's the part that's going to make people wonder and question whether or not this story is valid. Because my thing is this: if I'm not going to take your money, bitch, I'm calling the motherfucking police. Because one thing about it, and two things for certain, I'm a person that grew up around domestic violence. My ex stepfather put his hands on my mother faithfully, so I don't play around with the domestic violence shit. I have female friends that went through domestic violence. I had to sit there and guard them while dealing with their baby fathers because they put their hands on them. Like, I don't play around with domestic violence. And the fact that you recorded the footage and you want to show your wife is crazy. Instead of protecting a woman that was actually getting her ass beat, you want to record this woman's pain and show it to your wife. That's weird. That's weird. There's a lot of things that's going on in this case that's weird as a mother. So the next thing in this case, we see that the daughters left the courtroom as the male stripper detailed having sex with Diddy and with Cassie as Diddy masturbated, right? Now, a lot of people took to social media to express their concerns about Sean Combs' kids being present in court on Monday, right? Specifically his daughters. But while they obviously want to support their father, it seems that the testimonies may be a lot for them to hear. Now, according to CNN, as the paid male stripper Daniel Phillip gave a very explicit testimony detailing Combs masturbating as he left the courtroom. I'm sorry, and they left the courtroom. They came back, but only for a brief time as more sexual details were shared. All right. So one of the sons also put his arms around his grandmother as the testimony continued. However, the family did seemingly turn to watch the video of Combs dragging and attacking Cassie. I just feel like this. Now, I love Tierra from Bad Girls Club, a girl talking about these poor girls shouldn't have been hearing that and how it's so disheartening. Well, Cassie shouldn't have been going through the shit that they're talking about in this damn case. So Diddy wasn't thinking about his kids when he did what he did. But see, he always thought that he would get away with it and nothing would ever be said about it. So fuck Diddy, honestly.
You guys really sit through that whole case and kept your spirits high. I really like that for y'all. That was great. Keep your spirits up, y'all. You're doing great. And y'all are eating it. Y'all look good. Y'all are beautiful. Keep smiling. Keep your spirits up.
How are you guys feeling? How'd it go today? Step to the side, please.
They did their thing in there.
How was seeing your father today?
Congratulations at NYU, Chet.
Give us a little space. Give us a little space. Give us a little space.
Step to the side, please. Excuse me.
Give us a little space, please. Come on, give us a little space.
Now, those were the kids, the daughters, coming from the case or whatever. So I think we're still in day one. So here's the male escort claiming that Cassie is the one who initiated the urination act, right? So it was like, what if any body fluids other than ejaculate do you remember being in these rooms? Objection. Just on leading grounds. Yes, Judge, that's overruled. So the dude said, so Cassie was actually the one who asked me to urinate on her. They had just come out the room, and she asked me if I've ever done that before, and I said no. She told me to do it, and apparently I was doing it wrong because they both stopped me and told me that I was supposed to let a little out at a time and not go full, like take a leak on her, right? So that's pretty much what it was. So he said that Cassie was the one who told him that, to do that. But then I see a comment that says, but y'all swore it was him. And it's a shocker that she was into the freaky. No. Are you dumb? Of course she asked him to do it because that's what Diddy wanted, dummy. Some of y'all want to defend Diddy so bad that y'all gonna take any little piece of this shit and try to make it Cassie's fault. Diddy's still in the wrong, bitch. So as we continue on talking about the case, let's get into what Boosie had to say about the case as he shared his unwanted thoughts about this case. Now, Diddy says she liked the in her mouth. I don't see any crimes he has done. Everything is consensual. She enjoyed the thrills and the gifts after. I see no crime, but DV in this case. Shake my head, but they left Hugh Hefner do whatever. 100. Sad. If he was black, he would have been in prison. Let's keep it 1,000. It's crazy how parties become crimes. Shake my head. I just feel like Boosie is dumb. But then again, he always defends, things like this. Like anytime there's a crime or anything about somebody doing bodily harm to somebody in the name of topics. He's always here to defend it. And I never understand why he does that. But then again, why can I not understand that? I mean, that's the same dude that decided to, because he did not want his sons or nephews to be gay so bad that he had some grown ass woman give them fellatio. So for me to sit up here and say that I don't understand is wild. Honestly, it's crazy word. So this is from day 2, right? So Cassie took the stand in the Diddy trial, and she said that she agreed to the golfs because she didn't want to make him angry. Okay. So someone asked, "Let me show you a video. It's the LA hotel lobby shown. Where is this?" She says the Intercontinental in Los Angeles. It was after the golf. What does it entail? The hiring of an escort and setting it up. Okay. How did you feel when he first asked for it? Confused, nervous, and I wanted to make him happy. Did you agree to one when he first proposed? Yes, then there were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently. I didn't know what no could turn into. They say, "What do you mean?" She says, making him angry. What were you afraid would happen to you if you said no? Through time, he had blackmail materials. So they asked, "What did you give the government?" What is the age difference between you and Sean? 17 years. How did you feel when Sean invited you to the hotels? Nervous, excitement. We're going to talk about music. He introduced me to orals. I didn't understand it. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. All right, so let's keep going. Cassie testified in the court that Diddy disrespectfully made her call him Pop Pop because that's what she called for her grandfather. That name stuck through the years after what she described as weekly calls that left her feeling dirty, confused, and high on ecstasy, Molly, and cocaine. She told prosecutors that the freakouts happened weekly for years, ending around 2017 and 2018. I never slept, she said, adding that she stayed up on drugs. When asked if she remembered all of them, she replied that would be impossible. Cassie broke down saying she wanted to stop. I was humiliated and I didn't have the words then. I couldn't talk to anyone about it, she cried. She said she had told him that she didn't want to anymore, but tried to bring it up gently because she didn't want him to get angry or do it with someone else. She admitted that Diddy could be violent, and that's why she kept quiet in one email shown to the court, where she told him, "I really need to explain," and she said it to please him. When he asked if she wanted to stop, she said she backpedaled out of fear. It's so crazy to me how people are really defending Diddy and really trying to make this lady be wrong in the way that she feels and the way that she moved with this whole thing. Do you guys not know what the essence of a domestic violence survivor is or a victim is? Do you not know that? They always go against what they morally feel like is right all the time because they don't want to get struck. They don't want to make their partner upset. They want to please that person. That's why they do the things that they do. But y'all too dumb to realize that. So as she continued her testimony, she said, the person said, I guess that was the Lord, the DA or somebody. Why were you choking? Too much urine in my mouth. Who else urinated on you? Sean. Did you want Sean to urinate on you? I didn't want anyone to urinate on me. How often did it happen? Often enough. Any other use of candle wax? A few times poured on my body. Who set the temperature of the room? Sean. I was expected to do freak offs on my period. Oh my God. Did you want to do that? No. Oh my God. Terrible. Did you want to be urinated on? Objection. Grounds asked and answered. Overruled. No, I didn't want it. How did it feel? It was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it. Which hotel charged the most for damage to the room? The Intercontinental in New York. They redecorated the whole room for ridiculous money. Back to the urination. Miss Johnson, only a few more questions. Why didn't you say no? It was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being urinated by two men. Where did you find the escorts? Initially, Craigslist. And to think that people are going against her so hard like this is really mind-boggling to me. That girl didn't deserve that, nor did she ask for this shit. But people would say that she did because of the way, because it was a famous man. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why they feel like she asked for it. Said to her, what would happen after the escort finished on you? Sean would want to put it on his body in the next room. Did you do that? I did. Where? Usually on his nipples. Did you want to do that? No. So they asked her, how did you feel? I was an object being heavily objectified by men. Sometimes he will watch by FaceTime. Were some sessions recorded on your devices? Because they were there. If you saw them on your device, what would you do? Was next. I would delete them. Why? They were disgusting. I never wanted anyone to see them. Was Sean's devices used sometimes? Yes, and I asked him to delete them. Did he? She says she doesn't know. Crazy. Now, this had to be today because this is from 10 hours ago. So, on day 3 of Diddy's trafficking trial, Cassie revealed that she take opiate, I think I said it wrong, to recover from freak offs and saying that they left her numb and in pain and frequently sick. She said that she got what is it? Let me see, UTIs, urinary tract infections. That's what it is. So often that the antibiotics stopped working, and described the burning sensation during sex. She also developed painful mouth sores from constant orals. Okay. Cassie testified that Diddy would sometimes physically assault her during those encounters, even in front of escorts like a man named Jules, who later asked if she was okay. The abuse allegedly happened in cities including New York, Los Angeles, and Miami, and she said it occurred too frequently. She recalled Diddy attacking her before a trip to a music festival hosted by Drake, slamming her into a bed frame. A photo of her injured eye was shown in court. At Kane's, she said he threw her off his yacht and kept her passport on board, but she still showed up on the red carpet that night. There's more disturbing news. Cassie claimed that Diddy found out about the relationship when he went through her phone during the freak off. He found an email between her and Kid Cudi where Cassie was discussing taking some of her belongings to his house. Cassie says that Diddy was so upset that he threatened her with a wine opener and kicked her out. She then went to Kid Cudi's house. The next day, she went to Diddy's house where he threatened to release the freak off video if her relationship continued. After that, Cassie says that he kicked her in the back, bruising her, and kicked her out again. She then went back to her hotel room where she claims the room was completely trashed. The room was torn up. Somebody peed out over the floor, then the toilet didn't flush it. It was gross. This was just before Christmas. A few weeks later, Cassie says that she broke things off with Cudi because it had gotten too dangerous, and Diddy had allegedly threatened to hurt both of them. She also claims that Diddy allegedly admitted to blowing up Kid Cudi's car. Sean said he wanted Scott's friends to see Scott's car blown up, Cassie said on the stand. And the fact that she's like literally redoing like just saying these incidents that occurred and it was like clear detail, girl, she's telling the truth. So then she says that, and as she wrapped up her direct testimony, she says that Cassie just wrapped her direct testimony and shared emotional details about the end of her relationship with Diddy. She claims that after she initially broke things off, he allegedly her in retaliation. Despite the incident, she says it wasn't the last time they spent together, admitting that they went back because of their 10-year history. Cassie revealed one of their final interactions involved Diddy demanding a refund after paying her husband for personal training sessions. She says that the trauma from everything overwhelmed her to the point of a near suicide attempt, claiming that she tried to walk into traffic but was stopped by her husband. She also testified that she began writing down her trauma, ultimately creating a chapter book which she sent to Diddy through her attorney. She initially asked for $30 million, but says that she received $20 million within 24 hours of her 2023 abuse lawsuit. Cassie says that she's testifying now because she simply can't take it anymore. And to be honest, I really don't blame her at this point because he really left her no choice in this situation. And I really feel like when it all boils down to this situation, people are really making jokes about Cassie, making it more so about the woman in the situation and making her out to be the wrong person and the person that did wrong. Diddy did her dirty, and there was really nothing more to be said about that. And like I said, these men are pieces of shits. They're all pieces of shit because they're really defending this man and they really act like he's above reproach. He's not. I don't give a fuck how much money he got. No one deserves to be treated the way that Cassie was, and I do mean that. So we're going to move on to Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. This never-ending saga with this particular case. Now, it all started when this came out. Now, Tory was repeatedly 14 times, okay, including 7 wounds to the back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed. He was placed on a breathing thing. He is now breathing on his own. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally and in good spirits and is deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. And he also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. Okay, so that's the first thing that went down. So the person that actually did the violent act against Tory is serving a life sentence for murder, and this isn't his first time attacking another prisoner. So yes, we don't know what motivated this attack. We don't know. We really don't know what happened, but I'm guessing we'll figure it out more. We'll figure out more details about it as time goes on. So then the Tory Lanez people, they said that there was going to be an emergency press conference where they're exposing the truth. Never before seen evidence will be revealed, which could reshape the public understanding of one of the most high-profile legal battles in recent years. We will also address the recent stabbing incident in multiple urgent matters. This is not just a press conference. This is a call for justice. And I'm yawning because I'm over it, right? So let's go ahead and get into where we at with it now. So let's get into this defense team that, decided to do the press conference and talk about this case. Let's get into it.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody. Never.
Let me see if there's any more that needs to be put out there. Okay, so after that, that's when Chris Brown, our fellow abuser, came out and said, "Free Tory." Of course, that's what he said. Of course, he said that because, abusers got to stand beside each other. You know what I mean? They got to do that. So here we go with more.
Member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, was working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out, but given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail. Member of the media, Mr. G. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free.
I think that's the same thing. I think we just heard all of that already. So after that came about, Megan Thee Stallion's lawyer came out with a statement. Megan Thee Stallion's attorney Alex has released the following statement to XXL about Tory Lanez attorneys now claiming to have evidence that proves that Megan was shot by Kelsey Harris. Tory Lanez was tried and convicted by a jury of his peers, and his case was properly adjudicated through the court system. This is not a political matter. This is a case of Atlantis that was resolved in the court of law. So basically that's what's being said. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say this, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion because I'm gonna be real with y'all. This case is getting on my nerves. I covered this case 3 years ago when it was going on. Like I covered that shit day by day, every single day, went live every day after every single case. And I'm annoyed with this and I'm tired of it. Here's my thing. First, y'all say she was never shot. Then y'all say, oh, she stepped on glass. Then y'all say Tory didn't do it. But then Tory says that Kelsey didn't do it. Now we're saying that a security guard bringing hearsay to the fold is now vindicating Tory, and everybody's up in arms and throwing parade and confetti around. My thing is this. They still got to prove it. Because here's my thing. If Kelsey really did that shit, why didn't Tory take the stand? But y'all want to give us this stupid ass, oh, he didn't want to snitch. Snitching don't matter when you're looking at 10 years. That's the dumbest way to look. Because see, if I'm looking at 10 years and people are blaming me for a shooting that I had nothing to do with and that I didn't do, and I know the person did it, is around me, baby, you going to jail. I'm snitching on you. I'm not doing no time for no one. You're not going to play with my life. I'm not going to spend 10 years of my life in jail when I got things that I got to be doing. So if Kelsey really did pow Megan, why wouldn't Tory say that on the stand and defend himself? Why would he take the rap for somebody else? And what made him change his mind now? And then here go all of the conspiracy theories about, oh, Rock Nation has something to do with him being stabbed in jail and all this other stuff. Like, at the end of the day, this is all hearsay. We don't know what that security guard saw or heard. And people said that security guard wasn't even there. So how would he know what Kelsey did? At this point, they just trying to make this girl look bad once again. And that's what they're doing. I'm not amused, and I'm not easily swayed. Until I get some real evidence about this shit, Tory still did it, and I don't care about him getting stabbed in jail. I don't give a sorry, not sorry. Last story of the day, we're going to get into Miss Halle and DDG, okay? Now, this came out yesterday, y'all. So, a judge reportedly granted Halle a restraining order against DDG after she claims sexual assault. So let's get into it. Now, according to documents obtained by TMZ, Bailey claims that the incident occurred when she was handing off their son, Halo, to DDG. The two began discussing visitation plans, but Bailey says that DDG became agitated. As she was buckling Halo into his car seat, she alleges that he snapped and said and yelled, "Get out my car." Haley claims that they began to wrestle and DDG pulled her hair and slammed her head into the steering wheel, chipping her tooth. She says that Halo started crying, which made her anxious about letting him leave with DDG in that state. After she began crying, the physical altercation ended, but out of concern for her child, she stayed in the car for the ride to DDG's home. Once there, she hysterically told the incident to his family, whom agreed to care for Halo. Haley also detailed a weird incident in March, claiming that DDG entered her home without permission and texted her a photo of her empty bed with the message, "Now I know what you've been on." She interpreted it as him accusing her of sleeping with other men. 4 days later, she says that DDG came to her home and that she refused to let Halo leave because he was sick. That's when DDG allegedly became verbally abusive and smashed her Ring camera and ran off with her phone. As he drove away, Bailey claims that he threw the phone out of the window and shouted out, "Go get it, bitch," and prompted her to file a police report. After reviewing the evidence, the judge granted Haley a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG stay at least 100 yards away from her. She was also given permission to take 18-month-old Halo with her to Italy for 2 months while she films a movie. Additionally, DDG has been ordered not to speak about Haley or their son on his streaming platforms. Okay. So, yeah, and I believe every single solitary word. But here we go. The people still trying to side with him and want to say that she's the problem, which I never felt like she was. I always thought that he was the fucking problem, most definitely. So DDG's mom comes out and says, "I usually don't comment or say anything on this internet, even with all the negativity, the lies, and the hatred towards mine. However, these accusations have made me realize that I've been quiet for too long. No, your son is just an abuser." So anyway, someone says, "I'm chilling, by the way. I have no worries. I'm streaming later on, no days off." Of course, because you know you did it. Now, this motherfucker right here gonna say, "You a Chaz nigga for putting your hands on Haley. If I catch you, I'm beating the fuck out of you." But my thing is this: didn't you put your hands on Nia? Wasn't you charged with abusing another woman? Like, please shut the fuck up. Very performative, as Jamie said. What else is going on? These are the messages from D. Okay, me and Halo's at the front door. Can you answer? If you're not home, just say that. And those are the pictures of the bed that, her empty bed, okay, that he sent her. Okay. So now DDG's friend Baby Rich claims that Haley was abusive to DDG too, as well. Okay, let's get into it.
Beating the fuck out of this. I'm talking about swinging on it. I'm talking about piecing this up. Ha, 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 ha. You feel me? So, are you just gonna sit there and just hands behind your back? No. Like, what are you gonna do? Stop. Hey. Stop. Hey, stop. Stop. Restrain him. Hey, stop. You know what I'm saying? Stop. So, and realistically, bro, and honestly, like, you really can't even prove. You really can't even prove that is. Halle was beating the fuck out of this. I'm talking about swinging on it from him. Like, that could be from anything. That could be a rash she has. But, like, let's just say it is, right? Let's just say he did put his hand on her. Like, grabbing her. What are you supposed to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are you supposed to do? If a girl hitting me, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm like, hey, stop. Like, stop doing it. Stop. You feel me? So, check pen. to see your ass outside. So, yeah. So it's like, bro, like, what else niggas supposed to do, bro? Like, that shit is just so crazy to me. Like, from him, like, that could be from anything. That could be a rash she has. But, like, let's just say it is, right? Let's just say he did put his hand on her. Like, grabbing her. What are you supposed to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are you supposed to do? If a girl hitting me, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm like, hey, stop. Like, stop doing it. Stop. You feel me? So, check pen to see your ass outside. So, yeah. So it's like, bro, like, what else niggas supposed to do, bro? Like, that shit is just so crazy to me. Y'all remember when the Ruby screenshot of DDG DN up this and that? Yeah, like, he don't just do that just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Some shit happened for him to do it. You get what I'm saying? And why would he do it? Y'all remember when the Ruby screenshot of DDG DN up this and that? Yeah, like,
Your friend really didn't do you no justice, and he sounds stupid as a mother. Because no matter what happened, he still shouldn't be putting his hands on nobody. So here we go with the next one. I think this may be the last post about it. Haley is asking for sole custody of baby Halo, right? So she's asking for a court order to prevent child abduction, stating that DDG has a history of abusing her, has taken and hidden Halo from her, and has threatened to take or hide him again, and has refused to cooperate with her in parenting. Haley is requesting that DDG be granted only supervised visits with Halo once a week for 6 hours through a professional agency while the child is in Los Angeles. She also wants the court to prevent him from taking Halo from Los Angeles County. I think that's a good way to put it. That's the best way to do it, to be quite honest, because that's the only way that she's going to have peace. And I think that she's doing the right thing by herself and her child, because if he did that to her, then he don't have a right to be alone with that child. You know what I mean? Like, no rights. Because if you can do that to me, you can turn around and do that to a child. And that's just the real shit. I'm Team Haley on this. I don't give a damn how nobody else feel about it. DDG is wrong, and any nigga that's going up for that bullshit is some punk ass, bitch ass niggas, okay? I don't rock with that. I don't respect that. I don't like that. And I don't give a fuck on like what the fuck I'm saying. You motherfuckers. To be quite honest. But anyway, that's all I really got on there, y'all. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. I got one more video to do for y'all, and then I'm out of here, y'all. So I'll talk to you guys on the next one, and I'll holler at you soon. Bye.
It's on some whole shit. What happened to the Zeus fame? Then Bobby made you change your name. For a show, still searching for a ring. Pray these hoes find better days. Cut off everybody. Don't trust nobody. Play with everybody. Don't have nobody. Cut off everybody. Don't trust nobody. Play with everybody. Don't have nobody. Nigga never was a real one. Copping, please, spreading lies. What you hiding from? All these shows just an extra.
Little dance now, twerking on shit like bad bitch, munch it up, cock goblin, slapping ass on this dick, cock goblin, gobble up his dick, bitch a cock goblin, fuck him in his face, bitch a cock goblin. Attitude bad, but I'm better. Ass poke out just